Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for Game Week 15 and any transfers that I'm thinking of making as well. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment what players are you thinking of bringing in this week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, the deadline is of course at 6 PM tonight. They are coming at us thick and fast, and then we have another deadline this weekend. You don't want to miss them because there are a lot of points to kind of grab over the next couple of game weeks. But either way, my team is currently on Areola in goal, who does have Spurs away. Now, of course, a lot of people have already transferred out Turner for Dubravka this week, which I do like that transfer. I feel like if you have two free transfers this week, that's definitely something I would do. I don't have two free transfers, and I've got some big players that I need to get rid of very, very soon. And I'm going to be playing Areola in Game Week 16 anyway. And Everton away, I don't think it's as easy as people are kind of like making it out to be. I do think that Everton will score in that game, and once they and if they do, you know, Dubravka is probably only going to finish on like 1, 2, 3 points, whatever, which is most likely going to be the same as Areola. And then I'm going to be playing Areola in Game Week 16 regardless. I do want to get rid of Areola, but I think I'm going to be getting rid of him for Sanchez a little bit down the line when Chelsea's fixtures get really, really good in a couple of weeks. So that's probably why I'm not going to bring in Dubravka. He's actually had a price rise last night as well, so if you didn't bring him in already, he is already going to be 0.1 more expensive. So it's not ideal from that sense either. So I think I'm just going to keep Areola and, yeah, just kind of work out with the rest of my team, because there are some players that I do definitely need to get rid of. But either way, we've got Areola in goal, who does have Spurs away. At the back, we've got Gabriel, who's got Luton away, Anderson, who's got Bournemouth at home, and then Tsimikas, who's got Sheffield United away. So obviously, on paper, this team looks really, really good at the back, barring Areola. The only issue is both Gabriel and Tsimikas are rotation risks. You know, because there's also a game at this weekend and stuff, like Gabriel may get dropped. Tsimikas definitely could get dropped, like Gomez could play in that position instead. And if either of those get dropped, my bench just isn't that good, because my only other defenders are Cash, who's got City at home, and then Kabore, who's got Arsenal at home. So I'm not really expecting anything from those two. I think Cash will start that City game, just simply because he was rested midweek, but I don't think he's going to get much from that fixture. And if Gabriel or Tsimikas are benched, it is causing a lot of issues in my team. And that's what I mean. You need a strong bench for this Christmas period, just simply because a lot of players are going to get rested. There might even be players that no one's expecting to get rested that just get dropped. It's just one of those kind of weeks. But either way, if they don't get dropped, the defense is looking really good. Gabriel, definitely expecting something from that Luton game. Luton have been terrible against set pieces, and obviously they've not been great going forward either. So it just really, really looks good for a Gabriel bullet header, maybe a 10-pointer, something like that. Anderson, Bournemouth at home, his last fixture for my team. I will be getting rid of him after this. He's not really done anything for me at all. I'm hoping for something in that Bournemouth game, just as a final goodbye and a little bit of a thank you for bringing him in on that Game Week 8 wildcard, because he's been absolutely terrible to own. And then Tsimikas, Sheffield United away. Expecting big things in that fixture as well if he starts. If he doesn't start, he's probably going to come on like the 70th minute or something like that, which is not ideal. We're not really going to get any team leaks. We might get a couple of team leaks for Arsenal because they do play tonight, and I'm really hoping we do, because that will... I feel like if Gabriel is benched, I will kind of be forced into making a transfer. And this is also why I didn't want to bring in Dubravka for Areola yet, because yeah, I would have been saving that 0.1 if I am going to make that transfer. But at the same time, if Gabriel does turn out to be benched, then I'm going to have to do something with Cash, and that will allow me to obviously have like a strong starting 11. Otherwise, I'd have to play Kabore or Cash instead of Gabriel. So hopefully we do get some sort of team leaks tonight. But that is the back line as of right now. Yeah, it looks good on paper, but, you know, one benching and it all suddenly goes really, really bad. But, yeah, Areola with Spurs away, Gabriel with Luton away, Anderson with Bournemouth at home, and then Tsimikas with Sheffield United away. In midfield, it's looking really, really strong, though. We got Hee-Chan, who's got Burnley at home. Only just realised he's on 4 yellows now, because he did pick one up in the fixture against Arsenal. So obviously, he's going to be fine for Burnley at home. If he does pick up a yellow card in that fixture, though, he won't be eligible to play against Forest at home, which is kind of really the only two fixtures I was keeping him for. I can always get rid of him for a Palmer or a Gordon anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't really want to be using a transfer on Hee-Chan next week at all. So I'm really, really hoping that he does not get a yellow card and he is able to play that Forest fixture as well, because otherwise, you know, it's gonna make my team even more of a mess, which is not going to be ideal at all. But either way, Burnley at home is a really nice fixture for Hee-chan. Hopefully can get something from that game. We've got Mbumo, who's got Brighton away. Some people are captaining him this week, which I think is okay, because Brighton obviously can't keep the ball out the back of the net. But I think there's definitely better options this week when you've got the likes of Salah, who's got Sheffield United, and Luton, and Saka, who's got Luton. But yeah, I'm hoping for something from Mbumo. Like I say, brought him in last week against Luton, did get an assist. And so hopefully can start getting some goals. Like, I feel like I've not owned him when he's got like a lucky penalty or something, which I feel like he was getting all over the place at the start of the season. So yeah, hopefully he can get a cheeky penalty or something like that. But either way, Mbumo, who's got Brighton away. We've got Salah, who's got Sheffield United away. He is currently my captain. I think that he's definitely the best captaincy shout this week. I know some people are thinking of going Haaland and stuff, but without like Rodri, Doku's injured, Grealish is banned, like Man City are very much depleted in that Villa game, and I think that Villa could probably win it as well. It is at Villa Park as well, and just because of the amount of players that City are missing now in their attack, I think that they are going to be definitely beatable by Villa. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting fixture, but because of all those reasons, I don't think Haaland's going to be that ideal this week. I mean, he could turn around and score like a brace, you never know, but yeah, Sheffield United away, yeah, they are like a low block team and stuff like that, but I think Salah will still be fine for that fixture. So yeah, Sheffield United away for Salah. We also have Saka, who's got Luton away. Again, another low block team. Definitely another good captaincy shout this week. But yeah, I think Salah is just a little bit more of an option this week for me. But I think either of them are great options. As well as Son, who's got West Ham at home. I think he's a decent captaincy shout as well. The only like decent home fixture this week from like your big kind of FPL players. And yeah, obviously on the back of that 10-pointer, I'd like to think that he's going to do well this week against West Ham. Obviously, the perfect situation would be Areola to save a penalty and then like Son to score it on the rebound if he does take it. But yeah, I think that Son is going to be a decent option this week as well. I think he's definitely going to find his form again after that City game and hopefully get a couple of goals. But anyway, that is the midfield. And then up top, we do have Watkins, who's got City at home, which again, City at home, tough fixture, but as I've said, with the depletion of the City team at this point in time, if you're going to play them, you want to play them right now. And yeah, obviously Cash is on the bench, but if I have to play him, it might not be the worst case scenario, just simply because of how bad City's team, or how many players City are obviously going to have out. But either way, Watkins, who's got City at home, and then Haaland, who's got Villa away. So yeah, like I say, like looking at my team, it looks all right. Like it doesn't look bad at all. But you know, a couple of benchings. Like if Gabriel and Tsimikas are both benched, I'm suddenly playing Cash, who's got City at home, and Kamori, who's got Arsenal at home. So it instantly becomes like really, really terrible. But yeah, obviously the bench is Turner with Fulham away, Archer with Liverpool at home, Cash City at home, and Kamori, who's got Arsenal at home. So it's kind of making me think. Well, we'll go on to the transfers now. I do have 0.5 mil in the bank, obviously one free transfer. So yeah, it's kind of making me think maybe I just make a kind of transfer here that allows me to have a little bit of a stronger bench. Like I kind of want to get rid of Cash anyway, but at the same point, like because he's obviously going to be playing Sheffield United at home, that is a really nice fixture to keep him with for game week 18. But the only other issue is he may get benched. Like, he's not guaranteed to start every single fixture now. So I'm probably just going to get rid of him, whether it be this week or next week. I do have just enough funds to go to Porro if I wanted to bring him for West Ham at home. And that's a really nice fixture as well. You know, so I think if we do get early team leaks that Gabriel isn't going to be starting, I will most likely do Cash to Porro and then just play Porro over Gabriel. Because West Ham at home is a really, really nice fixture for Porro. And then after the Newcastle game, they've also got Forest, Everton and Brighton, which are pretty nice fixtures to kind of attack as well. And yeah, they're not the greatest defensive fixtures at all, but Porro is like really, really good at just getting forward, creating chances. Like he's on set pieces and stuff since Madison's out. So I do like him as an option. And like I said, I just have enough money to get to him. So that's the only thing that I'm kind of thinking of doing this week, really. Like Dubravka obviously is a bit of a luxury transfer. I only have one free transfer, and I think I need to kind of make that transfer in my defense. I could do this anyway and just have a strong bench, but then I wouldn't know who I would bench out of like Gabriel and Tsimikas. Like I kind of need early team news, because like if I bench Tsimikas and then, you know, it's Gabriel who ends up getting benched and Tsimikas plays and I've played Porro instead, and then obviously like Gabriel comes on for a 1 pointer or something. It's just going to be really, really annoying. So yeah, that's obviously one move that I could make. Obviously another thing is just to roll the transfer and just hope that everybody plays. If everybody plays, then I'm fine. Like, and then I've got 2 free transfers going into game week 16, and it just gives me a little bit more kind of things to deal with there. But it's not like I've even got the best fixtures from a defensive standpoint for game week 16 as well, because I would have Gabriel, who's got Villa away. I'd have Porro, who's got Newcastle at home, and then Simicast, who's got Crystal Palace away. I'd probably be getting rid of Anderson that week as well. But maybe just bringing in like I can't even bring in like a Newcastle defender because they've got Spurs away. So it's one of those really, like, I'm just gonna have to deal with the fact that I'm probably not gonna get any clean sheets in game week 16. But again, having like 2 transfers to kind of mess around with that would be ideal. So perfect scenario is like everybody plays, because then I've got 2 free transfers going into game week 16, and I can kind of sort my defense out a little bit. I can get rid of Cash and Anderson to kind of bring in some better defenders. But at the same time, I'm just a little bit worried about benchings this week. Like, it's definitely worrying me quite a bit. But as of right now, that is the team selection. Like I say, if we don't get early team news, I'm probably just gonna roll and just hope. If we do get early team news, like the Gabriel's bench, then obviously I'll be bringing in Porro for Cash. I mean, I really would like Porro this week anyway. But it's just like, I don't know who I would bench instead. Like, it would definitely strengthen my bench, but I don't want to get it wrong. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But either way, let me know what you would do with this team as well. Would you just bring in Porro now and just kind of go for that safetiness? Or would you just kind of roll and have a little bit more luxury going into game week 16? But yeah, let me know. And also, let me know your transfers as well for game week 15. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.